What's up, sister? It's your girl Danielle, and welcome back to the Pretty Powerful Podcast.
Happy Turn Up Tuesday. And if you're like, Danielle, what are you even talking about? You've never mentioned a Turn Up Tuesday. I'm so glad you asked, because it is just in my soul this year that it's time to turn up. It is time to create the life that we want. And in order to do that, we have to turn up the volume on the things that we desire. We have to turn up on the volume on the actions that we take. We have to turn up the volume on our confidence and our joy and our creation and our passions and our purpose and everything that we truly desire. We have to turn up for ourselves, which means that we're showing up for ourselves. It means that we're taking actions for ourselves. And so this year for me, all of a sudden, it was just this past weekend that I was like, oh, it just hit me. Everything comes back to turning up. We got to turn up the volume on the life that we desire, on our power, on our confidence, on our joy. We got to turn up the actions that we take to get there. And so on this Turn Up Tuesday, I wanted to share this with you because I just sent out an email to my homies that are on my list. So if you're not on my list and you want my Turn Up Tuesday email, I started them last year and I'm really going full force with them this year, where I share some fun things, right? I do a drop it low section. So sometimes it's some dance moves. I do a dish in it. So any story or something interesting that I'm finding that's happening, I'm dishing it. I'm dishing it out. I'm sharing with you what's going on. I have some, drop a beat. I got my playlist. So any of the playlists or the songs that I'm listening to or podcasts or anything that I'm like, man, this is like helping me turn up in my life. I share that. So this is like, I didn't mean to share this plug now, but if you desire, if a Turn Up Tuesday email would be like, yes, give me the goods, then I'll drop that here in the show notes that you can grab that. But anyways, so I'm sharing this because I literally just sent that email. And at the same time, I'm like, man, I haven't shared this with my homies that are listening to the podcast. So this year for me, and maybe probably my whole life, because it's really been on my soul for like a long time, but it's just all coming together for me with this turn up. And today I just wanted to come to you quickly and share a thought when it comes to this turn up, right? There's going to be lots of things that I'm going to talk about when it comes to turning up. But to start, we have to really decide which playlist we're turning up. Which one are we going to push play on and which one are we going to turn up louder? Because see, for the most part, you probably have a couple of playlist options. You have one that are you have two really loud ones that you probably hear on repeat. And the one playlist in your life is probably the, you can't do this. What are you thinking? What's wrong with you? That's not meant for people like us. Ew, do you see yourself in that mirror? Oh gosh, you really need to change something about that. What's wrong with you? Why aren't you and can't you be more disciplined? Man, wouldn't it be nice to be more like her? More confident, have that banging body. Dang, man, but not you. You ain't got it. It ain't working for you. And don't even try. What's the point of even trying? Because you're never going to get there. You're never going to reach that goal. Those dreams and desires, those are crazy. Those aren't made for people like us. Ew. Ugh. That's one playlist that you may have been experiencing and you might be experiencing right now. So that's one that's really loud. And then we have another playlist that's different. We got two playlists, sister. You got that playlist. That's an option. Then you have the other playlist that's like, yes, girl. Oh my gosh. You are killing it. Do you see your strengths? Do you see what you're capable of? Do you realize? Oh my gosh, yes, you've accomplished big, crazy things in the past. You've overcome really hard things, and look at you here. Watch you do you. Girl, confidence is your middle name. Excuse me. Check me out in that mirror. Looking good, girl. Yes. You're fit and happy. Man, nothing can stop you. We all the way up. Yes, you're killing it. You're amazing. Look at your smile, look at your joy, look at your passion, look at the person you are, look at your values and your purpose, and look at all of the things that you're doing in your life. You're an inspiration to so many people on a regular basis. Your goals are just around the corner because you are so capable of achieving them. That's another playlist. Those are your two main playlists that you probably hear on repeat over and over and over again, right? And they're options. The one playlist, it might be something that you wake up with, and the other playlist is one that you have to make a conscious choice and choose to listen to it. But they're both a playlist that's an option. And right now you get the decision, and I have the decision. Which one am I going to push play on? Which one am I going to turn all the way up? Which one am I ready to have a dance party to? Which one am I here to listen to? Which one do I need most in my life? Which one makes me feel really, really good? Which one do I want to play on repeat over and over and over again? Because we can't have both. Yo, you can't be like listening to Britney Spears at the same time you're listening to Eminem. Okay, actually, that's kind of a good combination if I think about it. But if they're both going at the same time and you hear both, like, you better work. And then you got the other one, like, man, right? Mom Spaghetti. We're like going in. And you have both of them going on at the same time, and they're both at the capacity of the volume. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't hear myself think because they're so loud and there's so many words. There's so many different beats. I can't keep track. I can't, like, my brain is going to explode because they can't be going at the same time at the same level. So although I'm conscious that they're both there as options, although I'm aware that they both might be playing in the background, I get to decide which one I'm turning up to the max level today. And I get to decide that tomorrow and the next day and the next day, because I'm in control of pushing play. My thoughts are my thoughts, and my thoughts are here to guide me and to protect me, right? Like, I'm not mad at that first playlist that's like, you can't do this. What are you thinking? Right? I'm not mad at that playlist. That playlist is there to protect me, right? My brain and my heart, like, my brain is here saying, homie, like, if you try that, you might get burned. If you try that, you might not accomplish it. And then what are we going to do? We're going to be afraid and fearful, and people are going to judge us. All of those things go through our heads, right? And so I'm not here, though, to shut those up. Those thoughts are valid. Those thoughts are there. I'm not mad at that playlist. That playlist is like, you know, like between Eminem and Britney Spears, like, I can rock out to both of them. Sometimes I need that playlist. Now, in this case, this dreary one, I probably don't need that often. But it's okay. I'm not mad at that playlist that was running in my head. But I get to make the conscious decision now to say, thank you for that. I appreciate those thoughts. I appreciate those songs, those vibes. Like, yeah, you were kind of going, but like, I don't need you today. That's not the playlist I want running in my head. That's not the playlist that I want to trickle down into my heart. That's not the playlist I want to go out into the world with. That's not the playlist I'm allowing to be at the max level. Because I want to play all out. I want to go and turn up in my life. And one playlist is going to encourage that and the other one is not. But the point is that we have two choices here. Which playlist am I going to turn up, and which one do I get to turn down? Because the truth is that in order to have one playlist at the max level where you're just jamming out, you're dropping it low, you might be twerking it a bit. If we're like having a dance party, like homegirl, like we dropping it low, your knees might pop and crack, like, it's okay, but we're gonna drop it low, we're gonna have a good time, we're gonna twerk it, we're gonna do all the things, and we're gonna have the music all the way up, that playlist. But if we're there, that also means we gotta turn the other playlist very, very low, or it has to be stopped. And not that it wasn't good, and it wasn't valid, and it wasn't trying to protect us, but we're just making the decision. And so it's okay to turn down. The same time you turn up, when you turn up one part of your life, sometimes you gotta turn down the others. So right now, all we're deciding is which playlist do we want to bring into our life? Which playlist are we turning the volume up? If we're going to turn up this year, sister, because you're turning up with me, right? Like we're gonna turn up for ourselves. We don't. Yes, other humans are important, and we need other humans, but we need ourselves. So we got to turn up for ourselves. We got to turn up the volume in the areas of our lives that we desire. We got to turn up those dreams and those goals. We got to turn up the confidence and the self-love and the body image. We got to turn it all the way up so that way we can live the life that we desire, so we can show little girls how it's done and how they too can make the decision to turn up the playlist that they desire in their lives, and how they can turn down the sound. They can turn down the volume to where it's very minimal, or they can hit stop. So, on this beautiful Turn Up Tuesday, my friend, which playlist are you going to amplify? Which playlist are you going to turn the volume all the way up on? And which playlist are you about to drop it low to? Never forget that you are pretty powerful. And you get to make the decision on how you turn up for you. And how you turn up, you might be thinking, Danielle, I ain't dropping it low. I don't like to twerk it. Like, that's cool, right? Your turn up is your turn up and my turn up is my turn up. It sounds like I'm saying turnip, like the food item. I don't even think I've had a turnip before. Anyways, I digress. So our turn ups get to look different. Yes? I can see you. You're saying, yes, girl. You're raising your hand. You're giving me some snaps. Like, yes, our turn ups might look different, but the mission is the same. That we get to step into that confidence. We get to step into that power and live the life that you desire. And it starts by turning up the volume on the playlist that is going to serve you today, and turn down the volume on the playlist that is no longer serving you. And that's the message of the day. So sister, I'm not going to talk anymore, because I need you to go have a dance party, turn up for yourself, do the things that you know are going to make you so proud of yourself, and keep turning up for you and everything that you desire, because you are pretty powerful. All right. Goodbye, my friend.
I'll remind you at the end of every single episode, you do not owe the world pretty, but you do owe yourself to step into your personal power, because you, my friend, are a powerhouse woman. Go out and prove it to yourself.